Governor Sarah Palin, also the former vice presidential nominee for the Republican Party. Governor Palin in Wasilla, thanks for being here.
Thanks so much, guys.
Governor, you know, you have been a vocal supporter numerous times. You've said very positive things about Rick Santorum, what he's doing on the ground here in Iowa. At this moment, he is leading this race by a few dozen votes. Your reaction to that, and do you think that you are going to get behind Rick Santorum publicly?
I'm not surprised at his success tonight. You know, he is a social conservative. That is what he's known for, and a lot of Iowa voters really respect that, and I think that that is reflected in the caucus vote tonight. Also, though, Rick Santorum is spot on with his policies when it comes to peace through strength in America, and I'm kind of taking a hard line against Iran, as Iran today threatening, to close down the Straits of Hormuz, and their hatred of Israel and their hatred of us, and Rick Santorum has some strong policy proposals in that respect. So that doesn't surprise me. But, the other front runners in this race, too, strong, good showings tonight, all for very distinct reasons, Bret. I think Romney, a lot of votes go to Romney because I believe, conventional wisdom shows that he perhaps is seen by a lot of people as being most electable. And then, of course, you have Ron Paul, and the GOP had better not marginalize Ron Paul and his supporters after this, because Ron Paul and his supporters understand that a lot of Americans are war-weary and we are broke, and he has reached these constituencies who are very concerned about the solvency of the U.S., and he has proposed solutions with his austerity measures that he'd like to see implemented. So the GOP had better listen to what these Ron Paul supporters are saying, better work with them.
You know, Governor, you're a Fox News contributor, you're an analyst, you're analyzing this race, but you know you have a lot of power in the Republican Party. And I guess the question is, will you openly support Rick Santorum as you have done publicly now that he is likely going to have a very, very good night tonight?
I have openly supported each one of the GOP candidates when it comes to the things that they're preaching and they're believing in and that their experience shows that they're capable of doing, when it comes to doing what's best for our country, because all of them would be better than, any of them would be better than Barack Obama. We can't afford 4 more years of Barack Obama and his failed socialist policies. I've said good things about Newt Gingrich, and Newt Gingrich is going to continue, I think, as he goes on to New Hampshire and then South Carolina and Florida, to also produce some good results. Rick Perry, too, as he is such a strong proponent of the 10th Amendment and the Second Amendment, we respect that in Rick. And I believe others who are going to go on to these next stops are going to garner from me and from others a lot of positive comments. Because, again, what's the bottom line here, Bret? For me, for other concerned independent patriots across America, the bottom line is we cannot afford 4 more years of Barack Obama. Under Obama, there is no light at the end of the tunnel for our country. We can't afford any more of him.
So, last thing quickly, do you think that Governor Romney is now best positioned in the long run to take this nomination?
There's no telling after tonight, especially with this close result, who is in the best position to take on Barack Obama. That's what this primary process is all about. And Iowa has done an awesome job of vetting these candidates, and that's why I don't believe that it is any surprise that what these results are, especially that top tier, the way that the results are being shown tonight. That's thanks to Iowa voters really being serious and tuned into what's going on. And then the second tier, too, as led by, evidently, Gingrich, and what he's had to put up with all these very negative and I think in some respects unfair shots taken at him. Iowa has done a good job vetting these folks, housing and hosting these folks and their supporters, and then letting the rest of us across America find out who they are. That process will continue across the U.S. until we do find that most ideal candidate to come up against the incumbent, beat the incumbent, and get our country back on the right track.
But, Governor, you think Congresswoman Bachmann should drop out?
You know, I said that unless she wants to borrow a lot of money, unfortunately, or unless she wants to spend her own money, I personally can't see how it's going to do a whole lot of good in many more stops along the way. Maybe not New Hampshire quitting by then, maybe not South Carolina or Florida, but down the road, you know, unless something really turns around for her, I don't see a way to progress her candidacy to become the top-tiered candidate.
Governor Sarah Palin,
and I'm
as
not
always,
saying that,
thank you very much.
Okay, and I'm not saying that to disparage her personally, so people can, you know, quit the shots already that I'm taking just because I voiced my opinion about a candidate. She's got good things to offer. She's done a great job. I'm proud of her, and I think she's going to be back in the House of Representatives, and we're going to be thankful for her being there.
Well, thank you, Governor.
Want to get now to Governor